this is Brenda Green, and welcome back to Living in the Go. I'm talking to you today about cash. And I've said more than once that cash is king. Well, there's something that's better than cash. It's called assets. So if you're thinking about your future and you're thinking about ways to invest and you're thinking about how things are going to grow for you in terms of interest and everything else, then you want to think about assets. So I'm going to give you a couple of assets that appreciate over time, that are good investments. So let's start with the precious metals. So platinum, silver, and gold. You've heard of the metals, of course. Well, they're long lasting, they're a great asset, and they're typically going up in value. I will tell you, out of the three, silver is probably the best one because silver has a lot of different purposes. It's not just silver for the sake of silver or silver jewelry or whatever. They also use it in engineering. They use it in medical equipment. So silver has a lot of different purposes. So in terms of an asset that does something, I would say try silver. Art. The rich people buy lots and lots of art. And sometimes we think it's something that's out of our reach. But the reality is that there are different places now where you can go to buy art and you buy percentages. So if you want to have a Picasso, you can buy 1% of a Picasso. And then if it gets sold, then your money skyrockets. That 1% could become 10% because art continues to appreciate. Another thing that goes up, and I don't always say this one, but luxury watches. The reason being is because watches are finite, meaning the luxury watches, they will create a certain amount of them and that's all there is. And so they will appreciate over time because they're made with such quality. But it's not every watch that's a luxury watch. Rolex is a prime example. There was a Rolex watch that was 1957, I believe, and it was $5,800 when it was first made. Now it's worth $300,000 because it appreciated over time. So luxury watches. So look at the different brands. There are only about three that really stand up to time. Commodities. What do I mean by commodities? Well, wheat, oranges, coffee. Those are the things that people use over and over again all the time. They're commodities. And so they're never going to go out of style. People are always going to have them, and they continue to grow in value. So you might want to buy some commodities. Now here's one that I was a little skeptical about, but it kind of makes sense. Luxury handbags. And that's not every handbag. If you got a Coach or a Gucci, I'm not talking about them. But I'm talking about the real, honest to God, like a Birkin bag or a Kelly bag. The Birkin bag could cost you like $10,000. But because of the quality that what they're made of, they're made with ostrich skin and other things like that, lizard. And they appreciate, believe it or not, over time. If you can get one, I wouldn't do one, but if you want to get one, try to go to like Poshmark or something like that to get one, a discounted one, and just hold on to it because it will appreciate. NFTs, you probably heard of those, non-fungible tokens that's in the ether or whatever. You can buy those and they appreciate depending on the market and who wants them. Consumer goods, and what do I mean by consumer goods? The stuff that people have used for like 100 years. Coca-Cola is a prime example. Coca-Cola came out over 100 years ago, still going strong. It's still a great investment if you have it. The next one, real estate. So if you own your home, that's real estate. If you think about a house back in 1970 that was worth $30,000, today that house would be worth maybe $200,000. So it has appreciated over time. Another thing, and this is not the usual, but a vintage car. Not every car would classify as a vintage car, but there are some. A car that really appreciates a lot is a Ferrari. The old Ferrari classics are still worth a lot of money because they appreciate in value and time if you take care of them. Another thing that's an asset which people don't think about is land. More than 100 years ago, when the slaves were released, we were supposed to get 40 acres of land and a mule. We didn't get that. But land continues to appreciate. And the reason being, with land, you can sell it, you can keep it, you can put crops on it that grow continuously. Land doesn't go away, it doesn't devalue, it only goes up in value. So that's something that you can do. And another one that you might not think about is livestock. There are funds that are set up for people, or especially for women, that they can get livestock. They can get a goat to be able to sustain and feed their families, believe it or not. It can be a valuable investment. So those are just a few things that are assets. You may have some of those. You may have heard some of those. If not, just a little bit of information for you to put in your bag of tricks. So hope that helps. Thanks so much and have a great day.